We're standing here today at the what is known as Compact Family Services, formerly Hillcrest Children's Home, here in Hot Springs, Arkansas. This is some of their literature that they have, and we wanted to highlight today this special place. Behind me is the original building that was used for their children's services back in about 70 years ago. Matter of fact, this year, 70 years ago, it opened up as a sort of an orphanage for the Assemblies of God around World War II, and has a very storied history that I don't have time to get into a lot of the stories, but a very fascinating place because it over the years for the Assemblies of God, this organization has helped set the tone and the pace for taking care of kids, at-risk kids, unwed teenage mothers, and children that they had no family. I want to share a story with you today about why someplace like this is so important. The year was 1934. It was actually before this place opened up. In 1934, there was a young teenage mother by the name of Kathleen Maddox. November the 12th of 1934, she gave birth to a little baby boy who would be known for several weeks as No Name Maddox because she did not share a name of a father and didn't even name her child for some time. And after several weeks, she actually named her child Charles Mills Maddox. And this unwed teenage mother had problems with her child. She herself would be going in and out of jail, and it was a very broken and devastated home. Now, in this boy, his life could have ended up in a lot of, much better places, much better areas. But this one child that would be born to an unwed teenage mother in a random place, I believe it was in Cincinnati, Ohio, this one child you'd wind up hearing about in a very horrible manner. But No Name Maddox could have been something else. Because if there had been a place like this at that time to take care of that mother, to take care of that child, either in the unwed, pregnant mother's aspect of it, or in an orphanage or in foster care, which Compact takes care of all those things, that child we know of as Charles Miles Maddox wouldn't grow up to become the man we know of as Charles Manson. Had there been a place like this that could have taken care of him, some place that could have been there for them, No Name Maddox could have become somebody in Jesus Christ versus the killer and the messianic person that he became. The Bible tells us in James chapter 1, verse 27, it tells us, it gives us as the church, it gives us this mandate. It says, pure and undefiled religion before God and the Father is this, to visit orphans and widows in their trouble and to keep oneself unspotted from the world. That second part of it, dealing with holiness, we can take care of that at home. We can take care of that in our church. But it gives us a mandate that if we're going to be responsible to God, if we're going to do our job right, we've got to be taking care of those who cannot take care of themselves. Specifically here, the widow and the orphan. And in a place like this, the orphan. In a place like Compact, which is nestled here in beautiful Hot Springs, Arkansas, just minutes away from my own church, is probably one of the best kept secrets in the Assemblies of God as well as in this very community. Because they're taking care of children, they're reaching out to families, and literally, Compact is repositioning themselves to totally make over communities, to totally make a difference in communities. The director for this wonderful ministry, Jay Mooney, just recently took me and Dan, the cameraman, on a little bit of a tour, a little bit of a history of this place, and is sharing how they're recreating their vision, recreating how they do ministry here so that literally they can transform a community by helping us in our local communities, you and your local community. Reach out. You can have in your own church a trained staff member who can be your liaison between your church and this vital ministry. How you're literally taking care of the orphan from your own church and your own home. How your church can be reaching out and making a difference through creating foster homes in your church through this ministry, supplying needs through this ministry, supplying workers, people who can come. A grandma and grandpa who feel like they have nothing to offer can come and sit in a living room setting and read stories to children and make a difference. So as you track the Christ life, as you're living the life of Jesus Christ, I want to encourage you with this. Part of living for Jesus Christ is fulfilling His mandate. And one of those mandates that we find in James chapter 1 is to come out and take care of the orphan, to come out and take care of the child that is caught in a place that is of not their own creation, not their own design, but they need help. They need a touch of Jesus Christ. Had there been a place like Compact that had been there in 1934 to take care of no-name Maddox, that child would not have grown up to become Charles Manson, the killer. That child would have grown up possibly to become Charles Manson, the pastor. God bless you. I pray that you have a great week this week. Following this video, we're going to put up some contact information where you can find out more about Compact Services, Compact Family Center, and reaching out to families. How you can either make a donation or just find out more information. Possibly bring Brother Jay or somebody from this wonderful place to your local church so they can share the word of how you can fulfill the mandate of Jesus Christ by taking care of the child, the neglected child in your area. God bless you. Have a wonderful week.